So, what are we going to talk about today?
Today on Keepin the GEEK BROS, episode 106, we've got the 35th Super Mario Bros. Direct. Madden NFL 21 has the lowest metric user review score of all time. Nvidia.
Nvidia. Get it right.
Just Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Just Nvidia.
God.
Sony says expect more of its first-party PlayStation games on PC. Games as a service. Ron Jeremy now faces sex crime charges involving 17 victims. Cobra Kai went from obscurity to #1 on Netflix. The Mandalorian Season 2 Disney Plus release date. Thrawn Ascendency Chaos Rising book review thus far. Question of the day, who would you rather be, Superman or Batman, and why? Inebriated Fitness, speed walking doesn't count. Porque! Open mic, John Boyega's unfiltered GQ interview about how Disney and Star Wars sidelined him. All this and more in this week's episode. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the GEEK Bros.
Yes! I'm your host, Vibe, and with me are my fellow GEEK
Wancho?
Bros.
Darts Flex.
And Roz.
Bro,
And we
let
are the
him
hosts of
finish.
Keepin the GEEK Bros. What?
Let's fight.
This is one hell of an episode, and we
Wancho.
are the hosts of Keepin the GEEK Bros podcast, a family podcast, allegedly. Darflex, before we get to today's topics, can you please tell these fine people where to find us on social media?
Absolutely. You guys can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with the 0. That's GEKBR0S. Then you can also find us on Facebook if you want to see cool news, fake news, funny stuff. You can check us out at facebook.com/geekbros with a 0 once again. Also, send us emails. We got plenty of free stuff to give you. And we would like to discuss why Vibe is wrong about Star Wars and the shape of the earth. So please email us at geekbros0@yahoo.com. Now, see this beautiful, I guess, group of
Concoction?
sad sacks. No, not anymore. Not anymore. You can check us out on youtube.com/Vibe Studios. That's BIBEREVSTUDIOS.
For the uncut material out there, by the way.
That's what she said. And the first place to find the Geek Bros.
The first place!
First play.
WeBeGeeksPC.com.
By the way, I want to be very clear. WeBeGeeksPC.com has just updated its look on its website, and it's off the chain. So if you guys haven't checked it out before, it's really, I like it. I had to actually email the webmaster. I was like, Mike, that's awesome. So check it out. WeBeGeeksPC.com. Of course, the first place to find our podcast and other things. Actually, they now call it the Weeby Geeks PC, the Weeby Geeks Collective. I love it. So you should check it out. All right, we're going to move on to comments and questions from you, the audience. Let's scroll it down. There's a bunch of them this time. Okay, from Facebook, of course, facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. Ashley Mercedes says about a post about for the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman. This man worked on movies in between chemo sessions, and I cried. So that's what she wrote there. So, yeah, I didn't know that either. There was a post by one of you guys. I assume it's Flex. Some guy with a dog, and he's in orange. And I think the caption said, "Adopt a drug sniffing dog so you know who are cool or who you should be friends with." Right? Was that what it was? Yeah, you're muted. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's saying who's going to be cool up.
Yeah. So Patrick Lynch said, "You know what really grinds my gears is when you posted people who share my posts without liking them first." So I assume you stole that from Patrick Lynch, Flex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flex. God damn you, Flex.
I don't know. It kind of sounds made up.
Okay, allegedly. So I like that. So, of course, we posted on the day that we found out that Chadwick Boseman passed. We posted a little thing, and of course, Ashley Mercedes commented. I'm so upset. So, of course, so we were we? I mean, even Garbanzo popped in and said, we need to share something now, right now. So, throwing that out there. We also posted it on our Instagram story, and Alan on Instagram, that's Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0s. He even commented us. He said Wakanda forever. YouTube comments, which is going to be very interesting. It's from youtube.com/Vibrant Studios. Now, this is, of course, it's spam, but whatever. Fallon Khan commented, very nice. Heart face, kissy, heart, more hearts.
Give heart. Yeah,
Now,
that's a point.
Now, yeah, it's porn, basically, yeah. When I went to the page, it's a bunch of, it's not porn, but it's like porn. So whatever. Squeeze a Bit's comments on our Keepin the Geek Bros episode something. He says, my wife is going to force me to watch Mulan live action. I might be taking some heavy-duty drugs on that day. So that means today. She'll be watching today. I don't know why. Mulan's going to be great. For episode something, Man says, these things are so small when I bring them here. He says...
She said.
What? No.
What?
I was trying to incorporate Garbanzo's picture of me introducing...
No, we said that one. Actually, it's Squeezy Bits who commented.
I'm Vibe. I've heard about Chanted Enchanted Forest. I heart their fajitas. I'm with Flex about the acid. Call me when this happens. At a minute 30, you are bad guys. But Elvis does not mean you are bad guys. Sangips?
Oh, that's from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, Thanos had good intentions for the universe. Is what made him such a great bad guy.
Fantastic, and more spam from more porn sites. Kia Weir says very happy to the Batman review.
Do we have to read the spam posts?
Hell yeah, they're hot and sexy. Why not? It's comments. God. I don't read any comments.
You know what? I want to say something about the spam post. They all have something in common. They're all Asians.
Yeah, exactly. They're all naked Asians that are barely covering. I love it. Is it Alish
Burger?
All right.
So
she
nice.
says so nice. Also on on our review of the Batman trailer, and of course our fantastic friends over Suspicious Behavior Productions says thanks for the review, commenting on the excerpt of the podcast that we did for their issue number 6 of Invasion of Planet Restotopia. Juancho, read that smaller one right there,
yes.
The one for episode.
I think we always associate next gen with graphics, but the truth is next gen changes are a lot bigger than that. We've gone from large cartridges to CDs, then to DVDs, then to Blu-rays, then to digital copies. This generation is touting cloud-based library. We've gone from a joystick with a button on top to directional pad to analog sticks, then to motion sensing controllers, and even the fruition of virtual reality. I'm an earlier adopter and will probably be picking up the PS5. Can't wait to see what Gran Turismo 7 brings to the table. This was episode 105.
Okay, so I want Roz and Juancho just to quickly respond to that, because you guys did say you weren't impressed with what you've seen. So now that Squeezy Bit said this, what do you guys respond to that? What's your response? Just quickly.
Juan, you want to take the first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I mean, there hasn't been much change. It's just been flat line. There's a few tweaks here, but there's no been big reveals in my opinion. So, yes, we've gone through different stages, but now we have hit a rut where there's nothing new out there. That's just what I believe in that.
Well, I think what he's saying is that this generation is going to be more about cloud-based gaming, and that's kind of the initiative, or I don't know what I want to say, innovation for things. Kind of like how we went from cassettes to CDs to digital, and now
that's already a
counterpoint.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
You like
the
CDs?
Counterpoint to that is the majority of my library is digital. I have, from this current generation, probably 10 games on disc. Everything else is digital on my PlayStation and my Xbox. Obviously, my Switch.
What's the difference between digital copies and cloud-based streaming?
Well, digital copies and cloud-based streaming, you're just going to be streaming the game video to your console. And while that is cool, that doesn't really feel like a generational shift, considering it's going to be working on current generation consoles, smart TVs, cell phones. The whole, I guess you could say, the paradigm of generational changes is a new
Flex
set
change your
top
name.
box on top of your, entertainment center that does something that the previous one could never do. Something
Okay.
that's really impressive. And really, there's nothing coming with the new ones other than better resolution compared to the old ones. I don't know. But we've kind of hit that plateau for a while. Like we haven't had a jump like from the Genesis and the Super NES to the PlayStation and Saturn, or from the Saturn, PlayStation to N64, Dreamcast, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think we're ever going to have a real visual feast like we had in the 90s. I think that's in the past. It's just going to be incremental changes.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any, besides virtual reality, do you believe is there any frontier left unexplored by gaming?
I mean,
I think the only one will probably be like the inclusion
reality?
of multi MMO style reality game where you're actually very immersed into it. That's the only thing that I can think of. Besides that, it's just increments of trying to get up to the most realistic.
Yeah, the next change, the next major shift, I think Juancho hit it on the head there, is real virtual reality, real augmented reality. When you can put on an Oculus, 7 or, an HTC,
So Ready Player One.
whatever. Yeah, once you get to Ready Player One or whatever other, sci-fi, trope you want to use,
Thrawn. Thrawn.
that'll be the big change. That'll be what's really immersive and impressive, and that'll be the downfall of society because, shit, who's going to want to live in reality?
True. All right. Well, that's just curious. Thank you so much. Emails. Of course, we got from Ed from Suspicious Behavior Productions. Dear Vibe, Juancho, Darflex, and Roz, and Garbanzo. Much love and appreciation for the video. We are grateful for your reactions, criticism, and insight throughout the series' run. We are already hard at work on pitching our next miniseries to publishers, and fingers crossed we'll have some new news to share before very long. Take care, and if there's anything we can do for the podcast, please reach out. Best, Ed. P.S. Well, they didn't share the video originally because I was still promoting it, but now they have shared it across their Twitter. So again, I want to thank Suspicious Behavior Productions, Ed, for definitely putting us on their list and sending us over. It was great. It's the very first time that we were put on a media list for an up-and-coming product or production or comic or anything. So we really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun, and we definitely look forward to what you guys are going to be bringing in the future. Yes, Mr. Ross.
I just want to say more issues. Just stretch it out. Same thing I said. Give me more.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever you do, just more of it. Just bring it on.
I like it. All right, well, that is it for questions and comments from you, the audience.
All right, time for what's on your mind, gents?
Let's just choose one first. Just choose anybody. Pick.
All right. Oh,
Sure.
really? All right. I'll start with me. There's nothing really.
Cares.
You know what?
It's not just me. It's
Yo,
not just me.
host. Ask someone.
Yeah.
All right, look, so nothing. Just work.
All right. You know what I've been doing the last week? I have been growing motherfucking oyster mushrooms in my house.
I seen that.
And I just
What's
cooked with
like?
them for lunch. Oh my God, amazing. So that's been my project. I've become like some kind of crazy mycologist, growing, fungus in my living room. It's been
Did
pretty
you buy
interesting adventure.
Did you buy a starter kit?
Yeah, I bought a starter kit, like a log, and I've been. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna spore it up and do it by hand. I don't have the time investment for that. However,
Dude, that's so hard.
Now that I do have this, I can break it up into pieces and use that as a seed foundation to create a larger mushroom farm. So who knows, man? The next time you see me, I might, be half mushroom man.
As spores. All right, Vibe, what's on your mind, bro?
I dodged another bullet with a crappy woman, so I'm laughing about that. In fact, by the way, it happened on a full moon. This is an inside joke between Juancho and I, and it's funny. I didn't know it was a full moon until somebody told me.
I thought me getting out of your life for a few months, the full moon would happen, but I guess it still happened. But, you just have something against the moon goddess. I'm telling you, if you pray to her, she will bless you on moon days.
If there's any romance whatsoever around the time of a full moon, it will fail. Or if I'm doing anything. Basically, basically, it was just a first date, and I was postponing it. Well, not postponing it. I was altering it because the funds were kind of low, and she didn't like that I was altering the first date parameters or whatever, and she just wigged out on me. Like, wigged out. Like, I hate it when guys don't do what they say they're gonna do. You did it to yourself. You're full of it.
Damn.
Yeah, dead serious. I
This
can
Bumble
kids?
or Tinder?
this was
Grindr.
Bumble. No, this is Bumble, and yeah, completely wigged out. I
So
mean,
wait, was this a you got to pay for everything kind of situation?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Does she have
that was
kids?
your first mistake.
No. She's no, she is probably she doesn't have kids, but she is a kid apparently. So yeah, she wasn't digging it. She just kind of went off, and I said, she said, lose my number. Yeah, literally all that.
She was looking for a sugar daddy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Should we dox her?
Nah, it's not even that important. I just said take care, and I just blocked her off everything and moved on with my life. So yeah, that's what's on my mind is how I dodged the bullet. Because I'm telling you, we spoke for like 2-3 weeks via phone, and there was not a single hint of this behavior. But as soon as I said that, by the way, I make it very clear, I wasn't canceling the date. I was altering the original plan. I was postponing that because I didn't want to have to spend that money and take us out at the same time. I was just saying, okay, let's do something a little more low key, a little more fun, which is probably still going to be a little bit, but at least that we both would have enjoyed it. And no, she didn't cancel, just postponed, and just wanted to alter it.
Yeah, that worked out for the best for you.
No, it did, absolutely. I'm so I literally was like, holy crap, thank God. So all right. Then that
All right, and
minds, right?
what's on my mind?
Oh yeah,
I'm still playing Control. The game gets even more and more fun and weird as it gets. I'm kind of scared to take any more recommendations from Ross because they kept just getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and I'm addicted to it. It's like I want more. But that's it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. My birthday's next week, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. Trying to see if I can at least go enjoy the pool. So that'll be it.
You enjoy the pool. All right.
Yeah, no, because there's no chair, so I have to literally bring the whole thing just to go to the pool.
Our pool is locked up like with padlocks.
Oh,
Really?
at least they open mine. Yeah.
Yeah, every single one in our neighborhood. We have like 4 pools. All of them are locked up, and they say $500 fine if you swim in the pool.
Really? I mean, I thought they were okay to do it. I mean, they unlocked the hours to just put all our chairs away, so you can't like.
Yeah, same. Our pool is open, but it's full of dirty ass, nasty kids.
Oh wow!
So that kind of ruins it. It's worse than COVID-19. I gotta say.
Okay, I understand. Are you outside, Flex? Was that a?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Look at the sun.
I heard like a
Chirping?
bird. Yeah, but when it was like it was, I was like, okay, cool. All right, let's move on.
That sunlight is making his resolution not potato today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it looks really good, right? Isn't it crisp? It's the crisp.
Yes. 4K.
Well, it's because I'm using my phone and not the computer.
Really?
Yeah.
4K.
This is my iPhone.
The audio sounds even better too. Well done.
Well, because
well
I'm
done.
using the iPhone, not that gaming computer.
That's what I'm talking about. So, Flex, you got a question for me?
Of course. So, what's going on with the Geek Bros, my man?
Well, we've got a little bit of stuff there. We have the Invasion from Planet Restotopia issue 6 review. That's an excerpt from last week's episode, just in case you don't want to go through the entire thing. You just want to hear what we have to say about that. Check it out. We also released the Batman DC fandom teaser reaction featuring Man and Squeezy Bits and Broccoli. So you should check that out. So I think it's funny. It's a really short video, so check that out. Unfortunately, due to of course, the departure of the temporary departure, allegedly, of Garbanzo, I have to postpone our Patreon. I have to rework the Patreon because he was 1/3 of the tiers, and slight rebranding has to happen. So I'm going to delay the Patreon debut and the YouTube channel debut till next year because it's too much to keep going back and forth. But if you do want to see what some of the rebranding was going to be, I actually used the first and last time the teaser. The thumbnail with actually had our new characters, so whatever. But anyway, that's it for the Geek Bros. So check it out. 2021 is gonna be a better year, I promise you.
Oh God!
All right, right. So if this is your first time listening to our broadcast, then please take a moment to subscribe and leave a message or leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you're watching us uncut, then don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Now, YouTube has recently changed our algorithm to favor corporate channels, so independent productions like ours are being recommended, reducing our views and limiting our exposure to new audience. Without further ado, episode 106 starts now. The world as it exists today. So it's a sad day, and 2020 it keeps piling on. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. No, Chadwick Aaron Boseman was an American actor. He has played the historical figures of Jackie Robinson in 42, James Brown in Get On Up, and Thurgood Marshall in Marshall. I didn't know he played all those characters. Wow. He was most known for his portrayal of T'Challa / Black Panther in Marvel. He died August 28th due to complications.
T'Challa.
Yes, King T'Challa. Sorry, excuse me. Due to his battle with cancer that he kept really close to the vest. Anything you guys want to say about this before we move on?
Just rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
Rest in power.
Very, very sad, man.
Yes.
Hurt me. Loved him. Probably my favorite Marvel character. He was the realest motherfucker there.
Oh. Not Don Cheadle?
Who? You mean Howard Stern?
Well, Howard what?
Who?
What?
Terrence Howard, I mean, whatever.
Oh, Howard Stern is in Marvel.
Howard season Howard Stern. All right, but yes, absolutely. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You'll be missed, and loved. It was just, I mean, the Black Panther it really that movie touched me beyond words, especially his portrayal. But all right, we're gonna move on to something a little more cheerier with the fresh scent. Oh wait, that's you.
Fresh scent for the fresh scent.
Go for it.
Geek Bros approved movie of the week: The New Mutants, and Tenet. I heard great things about Tenet. I heard horrible things about The New Mutants. Have you guys heard any of these movies?
I didn't even know New Mutants was a movie. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like a Disney Plus show or something.
Straight to DVD.
Yeah.
No, I heard The New Mutants was the perfect way to end the Fox saga. They said it was a
Like
good
perfect as in it was terrible, or
no, I don't know. Maybe they were being sarcastic when they said perfect. I didn't read the whole article. I just read the headline. It just said perfect way to end the Fox thing. Anyway, the New Mutants, Magic, Wolfsbane, and other teenage mutants try to come to grips with their superpowers while staying at a secret facility. And Tenet, a secret agent, embarks on a dangerous, time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III. Both of these are out in theaters, so if you want to brave the world, get out there. I'm pretty sure they're doing social distancing in there as well. I haven't been to the movies yet, even though I said I would be going. So maybe with this long weekend, I might do a 2-movie back-to-back because tickets are still pretty cheap. So check it out. All right.
And you got Tenet. It's secret agent embarks on a dangerous time-bending mission to prevent the start of World War III.
We already.
I read that. I read both of those.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. All right, this was new in the video game world.
This is why I do post-production.
Pretty much. What's new in the video game world? There's a lot of cool games out this week.
Okay, I want you to stop that right there. I want you to say that again with actual gravitas, some kind of energy, some kind of something.
What's new in the gaming world?
I'll take it.
Let me show you what's in store for this week. You have Eri, The Secrets of Seasons for PlayStation 4, Xbox, Switch, and PC.
Seduce me.
Yes. Oh, yeah, September 1st. Oh, even better for you PC gamers out there. If you love medieval times, you're going to love The Crusader 3 on September 1st. Evergate came out on September 1st. Hitman on Stadia on September 1st. Hitman 2 on Stadia.
Huh?
Iron Harvest, if you want to be harvested. For PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on September 1st. Spellbreak came on PlayStation 4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. They didn't put the Switch on there. WRC9 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Doraemon, Story of Seasons, PlayStation 4 on September 4th. Marvel's Avenger came out today on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC. NBA 2K21 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Paradise Killer for Switch and PC came out today. And the long-awaited Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for PS4, Xbox, and PC.
That's remastered, right?
Yes.
Didn't they built that up from the ground up? Something like that?
It looks amazing.
Looks beautiful.
Is it on Game Pass?
I don't think it will be.
Really?
It's an Activision game. They it takes forever for them to get on Game Pass.
Pretty much. All right. We also had this week, I had no idea, we had the Super Mario Brothers 35th Anniversary Direct. It was fun and brought back a lot of good memories sitting down on the floor playing Super Nintendo as close to the box as you can. They released a few games and a few things, so we're just going down the list of things that they were announced. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, you're going to get a better edition of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxies. These are not any way remastered, or they were just enhanced. So you're still going to get the weird-looking polygon features on the Super Mario 64. You're going to get the smooth, crisp Super Mario Sunshine, and the Super Mario Galaxy same way as it was on the Wii.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that comes out on September 18th. And will be approximately available until March 31st, 2021. So these are time releases.
They're opening the vault.
All right, I got a theory, though. I got a theory.
What's that?
I'll wait till Juancho's done reading the
cool.
release.
So then we have continue going on, which I might interest. My wife actually wants to get this. It's the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. It's another gimmick, but it's actually a really nice gimmick. You have two carts. You have Mario and Luigi, and they are playable from your Switch as they control, and you have these cones that you can set up in your house, and that will be the track. You're able to have really cool stuff with it, and it actually looks really interesting. Hope you guys check that out. You guys remember Game & Watch? Anybody?
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Game & Watch little device will be featuring the Super Mario Brothers 1980 first release game. It will be $50. It will be played as a watch. And it also will have the lost levels of Super Mario Bros. So we'll have number 1 and number 2 on there. So that's pretty cool.
Wait. Back it up. So Mr. Game & Watch is going to be $50?
Yeah, the little device, it will be $50.
The device. Okay, I thought it was a game.
No, the device. It will already have Super Mario 1 and 2 installed there. It'll double as a watch. It will have the first original game, Mario game, that was on there. Mm-hmm. So it'll be pretty cool. Check that out. It's another gimmick for me, in my opinion. Super Mario 3D World plus Browsers and Furry will be on the Nintendo Switch. This will be released on February 12th, 2021. Look forward to that. A game that I'm actually looking forward to, it's called Super Mario Brothers 35. Any of you guys who have Switch play the Tetris 99 Lives one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is similar. So you're up against 35 players, and you're basically trying to get as far as you can while you're trying to outbeat other players. So every time a bad guy gets killed on another player's level, that bad guy ends up in your level, so you're going to have to deal with that. So it's just a whole bunch of mess. So that looks really fun.
That sounds familiar. I feel like I played a game like that before.
Tetris, 99 Lives.
Yeah.
99 something. I forgot the exact name.
Tetris 99.
Dr. Mario.
Yeah, there we go. But it also deals with Mario, the old school Mario, the first one from 1980. So it's not going to be anyone. So you deal with that Mario game. Something that actually brought back a lot of good memories when I was in Colombia was playing Super Mario All-Stars. That game is available on the Switch as a Super Nintendo download version if you have the Nintendo Switch online. So that's available as of yesterday. So check that out. It has a 16-bit graphic, so it looks great. I really enjoy it. There'll be a few Mario events coming until March 21st. If you complete certain activities throughout this time, you're going to be eligible to receive a special collection pin. So that looks pretty cool. If you have Animal Crossing, you're going to get some Nintendo furniture for your housing. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will have an in-game online tournament using Super Mario Series fighters, stages, and items. The Splatoon, I love that game, will be having a Splatfest of Mushroom versus Star. What side do you want to pick? And they're also going to get some merchandise. They have T-shirts, keychains, and all that good stuff. Puma has released their Super Nintendo shoe. It's called Puma RX Dreamer Super Mario 64 basketball shoe.
What it looks like.
It looks pretty cool. As you look it up, I'll continue. Monopoly Super Mario Celebration. It's out. Jenga Super Mario. It's Me Mario. The Jack Pacific is now available with retailers. Black Milk Clothing inspired by Super Mario will be available at blackmilkclothing.com starting 5 p.m. Eastern Time on October 5th. And as you know, the Lego Nintendo Entertainment System and the Lego Super Mario is already out. So it's fun.
I'm looking at the shoe right now. It looks like Mario is smothering Sonic. That's really what it looks like to me.
It's a Puma shoe, so it's meant to look like a soccer cleat.
Really? I like the way the insides look.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting a little bit. I like the news. I like having the Super Mario 3D All Stars. It's all right. It was a good direct. I enjoy it for the 35th. So I'm happy. I'm content.
Tone in your voice doesn't.
I mean, I was expecting for something more like but I'm just like, okay, I'm content. I'll accept this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But you know what's bad? The lowest Metacritic user review of all time. Madden NFL. Go ahead, Ross.
No.
Man, so yeah, I'm sorry. That Mario thing went on. Like Nintendo really knows how to like fucking create a snore fest. So Madden NFL. Does anybody here play sports ball games?
I haven't played Madden since Sega Genesis.
Oh, okay, and you were probably playing like Joe Montana football back then.
Oh, God, that too. Yeah, I love it.
I was playing 07.
So, man, like just some quick history. Back in like 2005, and I know I'm taking us pretty far back.
15.
EA had actual competition with 2K and NFL 2K. I don't know if you guys remember that at all.
Yes.
But the NFL 2 games were amazing compared to Madden. And they were actually making it so, Madden had to improve, iterate year over year, a better game. But man, for the last decade and a half, Madden has been stagnant. The changes that happen from one to another are minimal and throwaway at best. And now we have this current, Madden, which is 21, that is hitting like, a fart on a hot day in a small room. It is just a 0.3 Metacritic score. That is the lowest Metacritic score for a game, period. People do not like this. EA is on a tear lately for making shit games.
Right, of course.
I cannot wrap my head around it. Like, all you have to do is make the game, at least as good as the previous year. At the very least.
It's the same stuff. It's just updating the graphics, basically.
Yeah, just
that's what you do for Madden game.
But collision is worse. The graphics are hilariously, janky in certain places. Yeah, listen, I don't even feel like going in on this. I don't want to give this too much time, but it is remarkable that in 2020 we have a Madden game hitting a 0.3 user score.
So it's time for Activision to step the game up, and I'll beat them.
I have a question. Okay. Is it because of the consumers that they'll just buy anything, and then because they feel that way, they just put the minimum effort?
Of course.
Okay.
People are going to buy Madden. People are going to buy FIFA because FIFA has the same problem. FIFA is the same game year on year. And the people that buy FIFA are in two camps. Either the ones that will say, holy crap, this year sucks ass, and the other ones that will try to fight you for talking bad about FIFA. Like, there's no middle ground. There's nobody that says, it's an okay game. It's either I love FIFA with all my heart, or I'm going to kill you for saying it's not the best game ever made.
I remember when players will be like, I'm a PS player, and FIFA players will, yeah.
Console Wars?
Okay.
No, not PS, PES. Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah, Pro Evolution, yeah.
Yeah,
but Konami doesn't make video games anymore.
I know. Actually, they weren't that good.
Tell me you really feel around.
The game was the most realistic as possible to FIFA. There was a really good competition. I enjoyed PES better than FIFA at that time. That was high school days.
Hey, do you guys remember? You guys remember that one time that the actual FIFA covered up a bunch of murders?
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Look it up later. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Okay,
There's a lot of murders.
All right.
Solid segue. I mean.
All right.
Speaking of murders, watch all up in your stop.
Watch all up in your face. All right. Nvidia came in and like literally, just dropped the mic on them and just like,
can we kick him? Can we kick him?
I want to. I really want to.
Like every time he says Nvidia, I want to.
I know. I went to Google and they said that's how you pronounce it, Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Oh my God.
Nvidia.
I wish I could take that dog and throw it from
but
Flex's screen
for Nvidia, Shouldn't there be like is it an apostrophe? Shouldn't it be to separate the Nvidia?
Actually, yeah, you're right. There should be actually.
Thank you very much. Okay, carry on.
They announced their 300, the 3000, the 30,000 series. Is it 3,000? Yeah, 3,000 series. Sorry,
3K series. Yeah,
3K series. And AMD was like, So there was a tweet that somebody tweeted saying, "There's just no way the RDNA2 gets close to the RTX 3000 performance if these are real numbers." And then the general manager, Scott Herkelman, replied with the thinking emoji. That makes me believe it's like, dang, they really felt that one. They really felt that one at AMD Radeon. Let's jump to it. Let me show you what the new cards have in store. First, let's talk prices. I mean, the current price generation of the cards are, some are pricey. When I was building my computer, I mean, I ended up with a 2070S because it was what was the most affordable to me at that point. I didn't want to get a 2080 because I knew the new cards were going to come out. But the new cards are actually not as bad as I thought they were going to be. The 3070 will be $499. They'll be available October. The 3080 will be $699. It will be available on September 17th. And the 3090, which is what the 2080 is, currently will be $1499, and that will be available on September 24th. So this is go ahead.
The 3090 series actually replacing the Titan X series.
Sorry, yeah. Thank you. Why is this a big announcement? Well, the consoles currently have the big Navi, which is supposed to be top of the line on, and then Nvidia came in and just dropped this out. I'm like, wow. So let's go ahead into details. So the new let me organize my notes here. Sorry, guys. So the new architecture name for the RTX series is called Ampere. The currently one right now is called Turing. So the Ampere is going to be 1.9 times more performance per watts than what the Turing means. That means that it's going to be more efficient and getting us at 60 frames per second than what Turing currently is. So it's going to be not as faster, but more efficient at doing it than the current generation of cards. The new graphic card will go directly to the graphic memory instead of the CPU system memory back to the GPU. So the graphic memory is going to be more streamlined, more faster. Get the games more loaded on there, everything faster. The graphic cards have the fastest graphic memory in the world, a GDDR6X, 19 gigabits per second and 760 gigabytes. So that's faster load times for you guys. The Nvidia cooler is nice. I like the way that they build the Nvidia cooler for these graphic cards. One of the fans will help direct more airflow in the system. Well, instead of just having all the airflow just come out of the back, you'll be able to distribute the air throughout the components. For those who are looking into getting the graphic card, the 3070 is actually better than the 2080 Ti, so you don't have to worry about getting something higher if that's within your budget. You'll be perfectly fine with the 3070. The next card, 3090, is the world's first 8K graphic card at 60 frames per second. So you'll be paying 8K at 60 frames per second. Now, guys, these are all numbers that have been put out by Nvidia when they did the release. These cards have not been tested yet to the public, so we don't know really if these numbers is what's going to be shown. So just take everything with a grain of salt. The Nvidia Reflex, I don't know, Ross, if you were able to watch that. That's actually pretty interesting and probably may change a little bit of the e-tournaments with the Reflex. What that means is that they found a way to reduce latency between the game and the screen, so you'll be able to see things faster, and than what the current. How do I explain it? Ross, can you help me there real quick?
You're doing well.
It's not really going to be really good for like fighting games or anything like that, but it's really good for latency issues when it comes to games using high refresh rate monitors, or also low refresh rate monitors if you want to dial back the refresh rate. So it's a cool feature, but it's not going to really help anybody do anything better. I would say that was just them trying to fill their bucket of look what we can do crap.
Pretty much. And as we continue to fill their bucket, the Nvidia broadcast, I liked
cool.
it. I think it looks phenomenal to be able to have the camera be able to follow you through the screen instead of having a camera move, having someone like to move the camera. It looks fantastic. The Nvidia broadcast, something that is very, very nice. The Nvidia AI DLSS 2.0. That is the most beautiful thing that I've seen, and this is my first time actually getting into computers, graphics, and actually doing the homework about it. And let me tell you, ever since Ross told me to turn this game on to make sure that the DLSS is on, completely changed my mind. I went back to all the games that are able to have it, and it just looks completely different. Native 4K rendering does the job, does perfect, but what this is going to do is going to go one step further. With the AI technology that's inside of it, it's actually going to be able to calculate, and there's a formula in there that's going to be able to pick up a slow, low resolution, pick up the high, and be able to combine them together to get you the most crisp and most perfect picture that you can have on there. And that is really, 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 really nice. I don't know if you guys ever have seen it or have been able to play any games on the DLSS.
So really quick, just it's on the DLSS thing. The way I would say the coolest thing about it is how it actually works is the game companies, like for example, let's use the game you're playing right now, Control, right?
Yeah.
So Remedy sends an active copy of the game to Nvidia, and Nvidia has it, play through. Their AI, the DLSS AI, learns the game, how it processes images. So it has an idea of what the game should look like. And then you run DLSS using a lower resolution, let's say 720p, and use DLSS to up-res that to 4K. And the AI that now knows what the game should look like is able to fill in the blank spots on that game. That's what makes it go from being a 720p image that looks horrendous on a 4K screen to a 720p image up, resed to 4K, and that is actually mind-bogglingly good.
Yeah.
Like I want to say like Juancho is 100% right on this. If you have an RTX series card that's a 2000 or a 3000 card, turn on DLSS on any game that supports it, because it is absolutely surprising how good it looks.
And just because Fortnite's going to get it and you turn it on there doesn't mean you're not going to experience it like the way. I'll give you an example. I turned it on Tomb Raider. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. The way the game looked was I was like, whoa, artwork. The cool thing about this is that the Nvidia used supercomputers to get all this technology out there and all the AI to be able to make it happen. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the video. I know it was a lot of information, but that was actually the most coolest thing that I've actually was able to keep up on and read, because I think that was very very nice. That's something that you will consider, for me, in my opinion. That's like, all right, we're getting ready for the next gen. That's new graphics, new way for systems to process information. Something that was very impressive to me was the way the new graphic card won't go directly to the graphic memory instead of the CPU system. So that's actually going to free up a little bit more of the information. The 3090 size. Yeah, guys, it's big. That thing is huge.
That's what she said. Sorry, that's what she said.
I'm scared to put that graphic card in my computer just because it looks
Probably
massive.
won't fit.
Also, what she said.
It looks like I might have to just completely get a brand new case because it's massive.
It is. I gave a picture. I don't know. Can you Vibe? Can you throw that picture up? So
Yes, I can. Let's.
So it
is crazy how big it is.
Now it's this right here, right?
Yeah, that image right there. So you have an idea. To the right, is the 80 series.
This one.
Yeah, and to the left of that RTX 3090 is the freaking Xbox Series X, the one that comes out later this year. It is taller somehow than an actual entire game console.
So how does this? I mean, then how does it fit in a computer? I don't understand.
I don't think it fits in a mini ATX, does it, Wancho?
No. I may have to actually, if I save all my pennies, I have to get a new case because this thing might just take up the whole. It might just literally. I will just literally be sliding it against the glass of the case, literally just scratching everything.
It also takes up 3 slots.
Oh, and I only
on the IO slot.
Oh, okay. Well, we might need to rebuild this then.
A whole new, yeah. Look, nobody should be buying this card. I want to say that.
Why is that?
Because there is nothing that you can throw at this card that would, benefit from that card. Yeah. The 3080 is more than enough to run pretty much anything at 60 frames per second, just fine.
I mean, that's the flagship one, right? That's the most.
Yeah, this is literally equivalent to the Titan, and anybody that bought the Titan was just somebody that was like, "Hey, I've got $1,500 or $2,000 when it first came out for the, official Nvidia version, to just burn on some hardware, but you're not really going to get a ton of benefit from this."
Yeah. So then, Roz, why is it out there then?
Because it's their flagship. You need the best of the best. Why does McLaren make the F1? Why does Bugatti make the Veyron? It's 99.9% of people don't need it, but it's the fastest bunch of cars out there. This is the fastest video card. They also want to be able to spit, like Wancho said, in AMD's eye.
So,
I mean, yeah, because you have to look that everybody was just hyped about the big Navi, best graphics in the consoles. Now you throw these on there, and they're like, okay, never mind.
I mean, nobody expected the consoles to be, better than PCs. I mean, even now, a 2080 is as good or better than a Series X. So they were expecting Nvidia to do better.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking forward to the future Nvidia because I know this has topic apart. I know you said that Nvidia now has ARM, right? I'm saying that right. Yeah. So they're gearing up for dominance, and I mean, it's nice. It's good for competition. It's healthy competition where you're gonna have a graphic CPU war coming up if AMD gets this thing together. I know the Scott is the new currently GM for there. I know Raj, who was there before, went over to Intel to work on their graphic cards, which, I mean, you saw what happened with AMD's previous graphic cards. So not much competition there. So this may be good. It may be good for Nvidia.
Nvidia is worth more as a company than Intel right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, what?
So check it out, guys. I mean, there's a lot of information there. There's a lot of stuff out there on YouTube, internet about Nvidia's new cards and flagship series. Check them out, and hopefully let me know on emails, comments, whatever you guys think of the Nvidia AMD versus AMD. Go ahead, Ross. I don't have anything here on the start.
So along with that announcement, Microsoft announced that they're going to be supporting direct storage. And if you guys have been following your next-gen game announcements, direct storage is essentially the video card being able to pull the data through a straight I/O pipeline from the hard drive. So it doesn't have to take, compressed information that's gone through a CPU cycle. So you touched on this earlier, where it's going to be faster memory access.
Yeah,
this is literally a direct bus to a hard drive.
So
that's crazy. That's never
like
been
bright line, just straight down.
Like, it is incredible to see, and that's the new innovations that the consoles are bringing, because all the consoles have, the new consoles coming have that ability for their all-in-one chips, which are system-on chips. They have the CPU and the GPU in one, but the GPU pulls textures and data directly from the hard drive. So we're going to be entering a realm of way faster loading, video games on PC with like instantaneous load times.
I really want to see.
Do you think we'll ever be rid of load times ever?
Yeah,
And
about a year from now, maybe 2.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm excited.
we're getting there. I mean,
Yeah,
now
I
with
mean,
with the way that these cards are climbing and everything's working
Yeah.
together, with the AIs and all this good stuff, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be.
the
What happened?
PlayStation and the Xbox are going to both have NVMe hard drives, which are extremely fast solid state drives, and they're both going to have forms of direct storage. So the average load time for both of them is about 1 to 1.5 seconds. We're already almost there. So in a couple of years, we're probably already going to see it on PC.
Okay.
To the point where we're instant.
Excellent. All right, we're going to move on to Roz Presents Pixels in Politics.
Okay, so, man, I got a quick question about Sony games. Does anybody here like play any of their first party games other than me?
I want to. I played Death
Could you
Stranding.
name some?
That's the first one.
What are some of the first
Death
party games?
Stranding, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man or Spiderman, if you prefer.
Yes.
Okay, so almost all of those games, with the exception of Death Stranding and Horizon, Bloodborne, etc. There's a ton of
Uncharted.
games that they have Uncharted and other, but none of them are on PC.
Yeah.
Just recently, they released Horizon, and a few months before that, they released Death Stranding. Both of those games use the same game engine, so that's probably why they both came out. But Sony has never before then put a first-party game on
Oh, surprise.
PC. So, is this a situation where you think Sony's trying to capture a new market, or are they worried about the PC market expanding and starting to eat their lunch?
That's where I'd go. Relevancy as well is like if PC gaming is becoming the thing, you want to stay relevant, so you want to be where the cool kids are. So that's your latter statement. That's what I would run with. Yeah,
and also with Microsoft releasing literally every first-party game is going to be published day and date on PC.
Wow!
Like everything from Halo to Fable to Avowed, etc., etc. Every game that comes out on the Xbox will also come out on PC same day on Game Pass. So they're already really supporting the PC market. So I'm wondering how much Sony's going to like jump on this. Like, are we going to get day and date releases, or are they going to wait a few years, 4 years or whatever, between PlayStation and PC release?
I mean, I don't see them doing it the way Microsoft is doing it. There's going to be a delay. It's going to be, I don't know the question is how long, but I see a delay happening because then, why buy the consoles, if you can just get on the PC. And of course the PCs can be upgraded and changed and modded or whatever. So no, there will be a delay because that'll eat into their bottom line as well.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that one, especially because they're not working on that subscription model of profit that Microsoft is. Microsoft just wants you to subscribe to Game Pass and xCloud. That's their money right there. Sony doesn't really have a comparable solution. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see that coming. But on that topic, let's segue into what I really want to talk about when it comes to profitability in games, and that's games as a service. And if you guys don't know what games as a service is, that's all the games that are coming out now that are multiplayer, that have loot boxes, that have DLC that come out every few months. Examples of that are Destiny, Apex Legends, the new Gotham Knights game that's coming out, The Division, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like games are being diluted because of these games. The games are focusing more on your ability to get crap and moving away from, real player engagement and player agency. Like your character doesn't really make changes in the world because every single person has to have the exact same experience. And once you have a situation where everybody has to be the same thing, it's just an MMO.
Yep. I agree.
I don't know.
My concern is about how the games as a service, how it gives a publisher an excuse to release half-finished games. You know,
Yeah.
half-finished games, and then you buy the DLC, which is or the thing I've heard about recently, on-disc DLC, which is there, but you still have to pay for it to unlock it, but it's already there. That's my concern about with gaming as a service, where things are going, is that they just, they give you 2/3 of a game, you buy the other third, and maybe we'll give you another piece after that, but you're paying for it, so they're double and triple dipping on the games that they're releasing. That's the
Destiny
issue.
too.
Yeah.
You said it right there. That's how the game came out. It came out with half of the game. People did a data dump on it, and they were like, hey, there's like 8 other planets and missions that are already here completely. And then a few weeks later, they're like, hey, we're going to be selling these for $30 in 2 months.
Oh my God. But then, and then here it is. What is the difference between DLC and then within the PC market when a game comes out and it has an expansion pack?
I don't.
We've been used to that, so
Expansion packs traditionally were, after the game was completed,
right, the
developers would start working on an expansion pack. It would be a story that was self-contained, that was just an entirely different adventure. It wasn't something that felt like it was necessary for the base game to have to enjoy the base game. A good example of a recent game that had an expansion pack that was DLC would be The Witcher.
Right.
The Witcher games had 2 DLCs that were standalone stories. A lot of these games as a service, their DLCs are, hey, here's a story that should have been in the main game.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that just, I don't know, it doesn't feel good.
How do you feel about
as a consumer?
The games that you pay for that have you have to pay for each story? I think Minecraft's story was kind of like that, where you have to pay for the next chunk.
Episodic games.
That's the word I was trying to. Episodic games. How do you feel about that?
I mean, those games set out to be that way, and they usually sell for cheap. Like The Walking Dead, each chapter was like $10 or something like that.
Telltale Games, right?
So 4 chapters, $15 a pop. That's a $60 game. If you set out to make an episodic game, I think that's fine. But if you set out to make a game and it turns out to be a game as a service, I don't know. I begin to lose interest. I really enjoyed Destiny 1. I enjoyed The Division 1. But once we got to the sequels, I don't know. It just felt predatory.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with that. It just kind of sucks. For example, Breath of the Wild, like their expansions, you don't really need it for the game. It's fun. It's frustrating as fuck, man. I gotta tell you. I guess it's just
getting
so
that
difficult.
sword, man. Shit.
Oh my god. But like that's fine. Like you could beat the entire game with or without it, and it's still great. But yeah, when you're buying a game expecting it to be the complete game, it kind of sucks when they start throwing episodes at you. Now, like, I love Telltale games, but I know that I'm expecting episodic games, and I love that. That's fine. Just to disclose it so the consumer is not like, oh, what the hell?
Rest in peace.
They're just yeah. Kind of sucks. I was hoping for a Game of Thrones, but whatever. Neither here nor there. But yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I agree. Hopefully something changes. This new generation, honestly, no, that's not going to change. We're going to see nothing but games of service. I mean, guys, have you seen the Avengers game? Has anybody here tried it yet?
Oh no, it's out. It's out. I didn't know it was out
man.
yet.
So
on Game Pass. That's all I have to say.
It's not.
I'm not. Listen, Game Pass changed my life for gaming.
I know. It's really hard to buy new games.
Exactly. I don't want to buy any games. I'm just gonna stick there whatever comes up because it's like.
It just made you start gaming for the first time in your life.
You know what? It's revived the gamer in me. Like I'm playing. Dr.
Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
No, I love that game. No, I'm playing something Genesis. Oh my god, what is it called?
Oh, Darksiders.
Yes, I'm playing Darksiders, and I mean I'm playing games that I would never ever try, you know. And so most of them I play for a living, I just immediately uninstall them. Then there are games like that and Near Automata and so that I'll play them like, oh my god, I would have never ever played this without Game Pass. So I'm just saying, I'll never.
So on the game as a service topic, watch this. I'm gonna really sell the game. I'm gonna sell Avengers to you and Darth Flex. Here's my sales pitch, because this is real. So the game is gonna have season passes. Do you know what season passes are on games as a service?
Right? Yeah.
So each individual character will have its own $10 season pass.
Oh, what? What?
That's whack.
Individual character. It's not like, hey, $10 gives you a season pass for the game. No, you want a season pass for the Hulk? You want a season pass for Thor? You want a season pass for Spider-Man? You got to pay $10 per character for each season pass to unlock costumes, to unlock, poses, whatever the hell. The games as a service crap.
Who's the
On a game, I will
publisher?
remind you that you have to pay $60 for. This isn't like a freemium game. This isn't a game you download for free and you start buying. It's like, this is what I despise, when a video game hides things that used to be free, because, man, like Marvel Ultimate Alliance when we were kids, all that stuff was free. You would unlock the costumes. But now you have to pay $10 for the opportunity. So here's a hypothetical, Vibe and Flex.
Okay.
Let's say the three of us lose our minds and buy the game, right?
Okay.
And we each want to play. But every single one of us is like, man, you know what my favorite character is? My favorite character is Thor. We all want to play as Thor, right?
Sorry about that,
When you
guys.
play co-op, you can only play as one character at any given time.
So
only one person can be Thor, only one person can be the Hulk, only one person can be Black Widow, etc., etc.
Why is gaming regressing?
I have no idea. So, following this hypothetical, if you, myself, and Darth Flex each buy the $10 season passes for our favorite character, Thor, two of us aren't going to be able to use any of this, because one of us is going to always want to play Thor, because we paid money to unlock shit for that guy.
That is
Whack.
that's simply amazing.
I mean, that's Square Enix making money.
I don't know. That's
terrible.
We're regressing,
That's
man.
terrible.
I was reading comments the other day on, today in the morning, about the Gotham Knights, and how people are more excited about Gotham Knights than they are actually of playing Marvels, and they're very disappointed. They're like, this is DC game. We're not a DC fan, but these games look much better. And I was actually going to buy, I was telling my wife to get me this for my birthday for Marvel, because that game looks great. But I prefer to play the other one, the one that you play with different characters, like a whole bunch of characters. What's the name of it?
Gotham Knights.
No, not Gotham Knights. The other Marvel game that has all the characters together.
Not Avengers.
Strike First.
Ultimate Alliance 3? Or
Exactly,
like that?
Ultimate Alliance 3, yes.
For the Switch.
Yes, I'd rather play that 100 times.
It's kind of junky, but it's fun.
No, but still, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was what I pictured when I was picturing the Avengers game. It was going to be like that. 4 players all together, let's go kick butt. And then I saw the gameplay, and then keep going down and down the hill and down the hill. I saw one of my favorite streamers do it, and then
Yeah.
So sucks.
Anyway, that's my heartbreaking rant on games as a service and what it's doing to the gaming industry.
The gaming industry goes through weird changes. I think this new gen, in quotation marks, may change a lot of way how these companies make money. I know you guys know how much I can't stand EA and their practices and all what EA stands for.
For the game.
I hate them.
It stands for Electronic Arts.
Yeah. The way that they're going to make money is through all these different processes that we've never seen in gaming, that we've been expecting, that we've always had before. Now they're going to charge us for this, they're going to charge us for that.
I blame the consumer.
Yeah, but it's going to be up to the studios, small studios, or studios who actually understand gamers, to be actual to save the day and be able to keep balance from all these AAA titles and all these AAA companies doing weird stuff for.
I disagree.
for money.
I think they understand gamers really well because that's why they're doing it, and they know that we're gonna eat it up. And
People pay money.
We have, as a consumer, have the power, and if we keep paying for it, they're not gonna learn their lesson. They're gonna keep pushing the line a little further, Oh, then they're gonna back it up a little bit. They're gonna push it a little further and a little further. If we don't like this, we just don't buy it. Put your money where your mouth is. But they know gamers, and they know that, just a little bit. We're like the frog in the pot. You're turning the fire up really slowly, and you boil to death. So that's where we are in gaming. It sucks, but that's why I have Game Pass.
Yeah, we're the minority.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to Vibes Cure for Your Common Day. Since Darflex doesn't have any topics, Ron Jeremy now facing sex crime charges involving 17 victims. Now, this article comes from ABC7.com. Ron Jeremy, 67, pleaded not guilty in June. Oh, this is not new. June to allegations that he raped 3 women and sexually assaulted another in separate attacks going back to 2014. That's 6 years. Not to say this is right or wrong, but this is the adult film Ron Jeremy, by the way. This is Mr.
The Hedgehog.
Yeah. So, you guys wanted to bring this up. Roz, I think you also mentioned this too, that you wanted to throw it out there. What does this mean to you specifically?
I mean, to me, it means nothing. I just thought it was a pretty interesting story and kind of crazy. But honestly, dude, what a creep that dude is.
Well, this is all allegedly. What happened to innocent until proven guilty?
Oh, he's already,
guilty.
Admitted to, a couple of these. So
what do you get, like 250 years in prison, something like that?
No.
But if
that's what I read.
If he's convicted, he'll get. Yeah, that's the maximum.
He's 67. I mean, the video that I'm looking at right now, he looks just god awful. He looks disheveled. It looks like they literally plucked him out of quarantine just to show up in front of court. Like that's how bad it is, and it's weird. But then again, I mean, if Bill Cosby can do it, then I guess
exactly.
So I mean, I'm not surprised. I just think that it's unfortunate.
Horrible people with power are horrible.
Right, and it just makes you wonder how this happens in secret for so long. That's what confounds me, because I mean, don't you all get together, commiserate together, and somebody says something that not 6, 7, 8 years, 12, 14 years later? Not to say this, that there should be a statute of limitation on this stuff, but if it happened, report it at that moment. That's just.
People are afraid to.
I know, but
like, who would believe somebody accusing Bill Cosby of sexual assault?
Oh, of course. I mean, I still find it hard to believe. So I just So you're right.
People came forward for years trying to convict.
Who? R. Kelly?
What the hell is this? R. Kelly, and he kept skating. So. People are absolutely afraid because it's like, yeah, I'll come up, but this dude has money, power, fans.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Money, power, and nah, it's a hard battle.
Money,
so that's
cash,
the only
hopes,
way it
money,
works
cash,
is if
hopes,
enough people come together and they're
the
like
critical mass. I understand.
Yeah. This happened to you. It happened to me. Oh, perfect. Let's finally take this criminal.
Me too.
down.
No, exactly. All right, so we're going to move on to how Cobra Kai went from obscurity to #1 on Netflix. This article comes from CNN.com.
You guys want me to watch the show, and I still have not watched it.
You need
watch the goddamn show, man. What is wrong with you?
Son of a
bitch.
Hey, come down, bro.
Kill his feed.
I should beat the shit out of you.
Right?
Come down.
Fuck you on.
I'm going to watch you off
You're
and watch
failing
you
life.
on at the same time.
Yeah, you
After languishing in relative obscurity on YouTube Red, the Karate Kid spinoff Cobra Kai has become one of the fastest rising series on streaming. That's the power of Netflix. The digital series, which stars much of the original cast from 1980s Karate Kid movies, debuted 3 years ago, gentlemen, on YouTube Red, site subscription service now known as YouTube Premium, and it ran for 2 seasons. It won critical acclaim. It even a couple of Emmy nominations. I didn't even know that. Wow. But it lacked a big audience. Netflix announced in June that it has scooped up the rights to Cobra Kai as YouTube Premium shifted away from scripted online original content, which means what is YouTube Premium going to be for now. So the first 2 seasons landed on Netflix on Friday, which is last Friday, and the demand grew 110%. And it's now, friggin' #1 in a single weekend. And I'm rewatching it. I'm re-binge watching it, and I love the fact that I get to watch this sucker on.
It's a long
Instagram.
3-day weekend. I'll watch it for next episode if that's what's going to make you guys happy. Will it make you guys happy?
Yes,
Yes.
it's the only thing.
We're not asking you to watch it, man. We're telling you to watch it.
It's 30
Okay.
minutes an
All right.
episode. It's good.
Okay, I'll
If
watch
you
it.
don't
Calm down.
watch it, I will die.
Okay, I'll watch.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Do you
Cobra
watch
Kai.
Lost?
I'll watch Cobra Kai. Whatever.
Cobra
And then at the
Kai,
same
Cobra
time,
Kai.
I'm gonna watch Raised by Wolves. So I have shows to watch. I'll make it by Friday.
There's only 3 episodes of Raised by Wolves right now, so you're good, bro.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
skip
yeah.
Raised by Wolves. Focus on Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Okay, I
Or
will
I'll
do.
die.
So
Okay, I'll watch it. I'll start tonight. I'll start tonight. I'll start
Start
tonight.
now.
Yes, that's right.
Start right now. Log
Yeah,
on.
start right now. Start right now. Don't worry
just-
about it.
just
Yeah,
watch
start
it now.
watch it right now. Watch.
All right.
Moving
All
on.
right,
Just
moving
let him
on.
tie.
The Mandalorian season 2 Disney Plus release date. The Mandalorian season 2 finally has a release date October 30th. So there you go. Does anybody know when the friggin' trailer for season 2 is coming out?
It's supposed to
No.
be like the 5th, like mid-September.
I mean,
September,
come on,
if I'm
we're in
mistaken.
September. And anyway, and quickly, speaking of releases, Thrawn Ascendency, Chaos Rising book review thus far. I'm at chapter 4, and I'll tell you guys right now that listening to this audiobook, embracing a galaxy beyond, far, far away, it is an act of pure futility.
Oh, it's not good?
It's not that it's not good,
I'm not surprised.
but it's not good.
Wait,
And
who
not only
wrote
is-
it?
Same guy, Timothy Zahn, right?
Shut up.
Yeah.
And it's not that great?
It's not because I don't
Damn.
care. It is detached from the Star Wars.
I get it.
It's in their
Yeah.
area, and I'm
You don't want to
listening.
climb the hill.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm at chapter 4, and I'm just like, come on.
Wouldn't that kind of be like a breath of fresh air, though? I mean, you're the one also calling for, a story outside of the Skywalker saga, outside of the current universe. I mean,
I never said that. I want that.
or with that Garbanzo, I don't know.
No, I want that. I want more
some-
Skywalker universe. I want you to fill in the gap between Jedi and the Force Awakens, and I want more after. But
You want that Kylo Ren spinoff.
I want that Kylo Ren spinoff on Disney Plus, hour episodes, okay, with front production screens. But Thrawn Ascendency is literally the definition of futility. I'm listening to it and I don't care. I don't care about the characters. I don't care about what's going on with Thrawn. This is all before he comes into the Empire. This is probably going to be the first book in another trilogy, and I honestly do not care so far. I'm going to keep listening to it because I purchased it, but
You don't care, but you're gonna get the next one.
if you like Thrawn as a character, go for it. Absolutely, it's the same voice actor, same production quality, characters that you only briefly heard about in the other Thrawn books. You get a little more backstory. Yeah, you find out how Mithran Narodu gets his full name. I didn't realize that his name is 3 parts.
Mithrandir?
Yeah, no, it's 3 parts. And it has, and they get into the adoption, how they do adoption in the Chiss Ascendancy. Look, it's so I don't like it, but I'm gonna listen to it. So I don't recommend it after chapter 4 for those who are looking for classic Star Wars anything. This is really just like deep backstory on Thrawn as a character. And if you don't love Thrawn, like really love him as a character, you're not going to get into this because this has absolutely nothing to do so far, from what I can tell, with the galaxy far, far away. It is beyond. It literally says a long time ago, beyond a galaxy far, far away. It's literally how he opens it up. And I thought that was cute for a moment. Oh my God. And by the way, pandering. Let me tell you guys right now. I don't know if they explained it. If you know about the Chiss Ascendancy, they have these young girls, and they're able to use foresight to get through the anomalies in the unknown regions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember them ever naming what they are in those books. This is not a spoiler. Do you want to know what they're called? These young women in the Chiss Ascendancy that are able to use their gift to get through the anomalies in the unknown regions?
You know what they report?
You know what they're called? They're called Skywalkers. No, I'm not joking. They're called Skywalkers. And I thought it was cute the first time I heard it. But they keep saying Skywalkers.
You don't believe in coincidence in space?
Look, that's fine, but yeah, that's pandering. It's pure pandering. All you hear is, well, I was a former Skywalker, or our Skywalker's doing this. Oh, that's all you hear. It drives me nuts. If I hear Skywalker again in Chapter 5, and it's not once, it's several times, they're called Skywalkers, guys. And the minute I heard that, I said, that's it, I'm done. I want
That's really low effort.
Isn't it? Isn't it? They're called Skywalkers, people. So anyway, that's how I'm feeling about this book. So check it out if you really like it, but I don't recommend it for obvious reasons. And with that being said, question of the day, because Darflex is finally participating, who would you rather be? Superman, Batman, or why? Darflex.
So this is a question I've been thinking about the past couple of days. Because I just realized there was the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman on HBO Max. Never knew that was a thing.
The Snyder's Cut.
Is that the extended version?
Mm-hmm. It's the Ultimate Edition, whatever. It's the rated R edition. Yeah.
Is that the Snyder's Cut?
No, that doesn't come out so much later.
That's where you see the side boob of Amy Adams.
That's where you see Jimmy Olsen gets his brain blows out. Unless I forgot that in the previous one. Yeah, and between playing Gotham Knight, I just thought of the question, man. Like, they're both really cool. You know, the only relatable one, really, as far as possibilities, is Batman,
Superman.
sort of.
Oh, sorry.
What? Well, I guess maybe for one, because they're both illegal aliens. But okay, so
too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. So I just thought it's a pretty good question because on one hand, it would be great to be Batman, having all that money, all that confidence, and being a genius. But on the other hand, it's nice being Superman, where you don't need the money, you don't need the martial arts, you don't need the smarts. Just you're fucking strong and you can stop bullets and crazy shit. So
Brightburn.
Yeah, but if I was Superman, that's exactly what it would be. I would do. I mean, I probably wouldn't murder people, but I would do pretty messed up things.
When you get bored enough, you probably would.
But I came to the conclusion that I would much rather be Batman.
Why? Because of the money?
No. Oh, I guess the money is kind of the sourcing of it. But like flying is cool. Like flying is going into space and being super strong. But like also just driving fast and driving a Batmobile and like blowing yourself is pretty fun. Having all those gadgets seems pretty cool. Just having the charisma that Batman has and just. I don't know. He just strikes me as a much more likable person than Superman. I guess what really boils down to it is Superman is too much of a pussy, really. Except when he goes bad and starts fucking shit up. But
what kind of DC you're watching?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He's watching the George Reeves Superman.
No, he's watching Super Friends.
That's what it is.
Yes. And back in the Superman.
Did you hear what I said though before he kind of became a badass? But otherwise, right. I think I found more of an affinity towards the whole playboy, millionaire, martial arts, awesome gadget kind of stuff. Also, this guy's a pimp, bro. Like. Almost everybody in Justice League can fly, but he still makes them, sit in this fucking jet. So,
okay.
I would be Batman.
No, you wouldn't.
100% would. You know why? Who wouldn't want to have an Alfred in their life? Loyal.
So you want a white.
You want a homosexual partner?
No, he
whatever. I don't care. I want an Alfred partner. To be able to take care of the Batcave.
Wait, hold on. Which Alfred? Which Alfred? Old Alfred or like badass Gotham or the most current Alfred that's coming out?
No, the old Alfred. Like, I like the old man.
The old Alfred. Okay.
Yeah, I like
the father figure.
Yeah, father figure. Yes.
He wants the one that almost died.
The money's a plus. Money's a plus for Batman. Help a few things. And be able to create the gadgets. I mean, I think I'll be Batman for sure, 100%.
I would be Superman.
Why?
He's a god amongst men. That's it. He's a god amongst men.
But he can be killed. So can
Batman. Yeah, so can Batman. Batman can be killed by almost everything. Superman can be killed by almost nothing. He's a god amongst men. Why wouldn't you want to be
magic?
Why wouldn't you want to be a god amongst men? Let's be reasonable. Of course you'd be Superman. I'm Superman all day. I don't have to say anything else. God amongst men. Mr. Ross.
Honestly, this sounds like a horrible, choice. Both of them are horribly lonely outcasts.
Superman is not lonely. No, not from Smallville. Not from Smallville.
Superman is a remarkably remarkably lonely guy. He is the strongest person in the world. He has no peer. every single person has a life outside of being, their superhero. But at all times, Superman is Superman. Even when he's Clark Kent, he has super hearing. He has the awareness of everything around him. If you haven't read it or seen the movie, is fine. But All-Star Superman does a really good breakdown on like the psychology of Superman and the loneliness of being the strongest, man in the universe, essentially.
He's not One Punch Man.
What? Yeah, One Punch Man is a joke playing on actually All-Star Superman, just so you know. And Batman is a guy who has serious abandonment issues, who, you say like the Playboy lifestyle and whatnot.
Roz is killing the fun of this.
Honestly,
what Playboy lifestyle?
He's killing the fun. He is killing the fun.
Flex, who is Batman? When he thinks about himself, who is his inner monologue? It's not Bruce Wayne.
It's Batman.
He calls himself Batman.
Okay, I guess first of all, thank you for the psychology lesson. But I think I'm thinking more of like Batman with my personality rather than.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I was Superman, with my personality,
if I had to use my personality, I'd be Superman. Are you kidding?
Of course.
He has genius level intellect.
He would chronicle this shit.
Level intellect. Okay, he's as smart as Batman. He has the freaking ability to create a fortress in the North Pole. He is wealthy beyond measure because he can replicate anything he needs.
Yeah.
He's his current girlfriend is Wonder Woman. What's there not to
like?
Is
that still a thing? I thought that they stopped that. That's still a thing?
I think it's still a thing in one of the current comics.
Okay. I didn't get that far into the movie.
Doesn't matter. Lois Lane is a great alternative.
She is.
At least Superman's love interests aren't actively trying to ruin him. Selena Kyle,
like Talia.
Talia al Ghul. So Batman he can keep his freaking creepy cave surrounded by underage boys. That's all you, Darth.
Oof, my dog just farted. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, I guess I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to kill you both, and then at the end realizing I shouldn't because both our mothers are named Martha.
I love it.
All right.
Exactly.
Well,
we're going to
remind me.
Listen, that was a great movie. Sarcastic. No, but you know what is underrated though? Man of Steel. I loved Man of Steel. I loved it a lot.
Yes, it's one of the best DC movies.
Loved Man of Steel. I'm just going to throw
that soundtrack, son.
Yes, absolutely. And with that being said, we're going to move on to Inebriated Fitness in a new location. Watch out. Darth Flex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He is a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach, a CIS Ascendant sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. Speed walking doesn't count. Porque.
You forgot something.
What?
I'm a currently performance coach. Continue.
What are you talking about? Right. Anyway, so power walking or speed walking is the act of walking with the speed at the upper end of the natural range for walking, typically 4.5 to 5.5 miles per hour. Why doesn't it count, you man amongst men?
Okay, well, let's see. First of all, I think because this is obviously based on your comment about you speed walking and sprinting, right?
Right.
Okay, so
whenever Juancho doesn't invade my personal space on my lunch.
I don't know how many of you know, but speed walk is an Olympic sport, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, it is. Like true speed walking. I'm going to assume what you do for speed walking is not speed walking. And this is just an assumption.
Did you guys ever watch the episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the guy actually, the father figure, I forgot the guy's name, he actually does an episode of him trying to speed walk, and it's about
and rude.
I've never heard of that story before. Okay, what is true speed walking? You say true speed walking. What is?
Like true speed walking is like you're actually speed walking for a goal. When I assume you speed walk, I'm thinking of that picture of like Leonardo DiCaprio and Daniel Radcliffe walking down the street. But no, so. In short, all it is walking really fast. The only difference between walking really fast and running is that when you're speed walking, both feet are on the floor, right? Both feet do not leave the ground.
Right.
When you're running, both feet are going to leave the ground in the phases of running. Speed walking, it's not. That's the only thing that kind of categorizes it. Between speed is relative, right, to the person. But so I think speed walking does not count, and that was more so of a comment for you. For you, speed walking doesn't count.
Right.
I don't think you're Olympic level speed walking.
Well, you said because speed. Well, from what I remember, you said because speed walking does not elevate the heart rate to a
so no. What it is it's not going to be metabolically taxing for you.
Okay.
You would have a better effect on your central nervous system, your heart rate, and everything if you just ran, kind of like Juan's is doing at the moment.
He's not really running,
because
but okay.
If you were to walk, let's say you walk 1 mile.
Okay.
Right. How many calories do you think you're going to burn?
100 calories, probably.
It's more so less than 100 calories. I mean, you can use a calculator and it'll give you something like 130, but that's incorrect.
Right.
Unless you're like 300 pounds and it's an actual effort where it taxes your metabolic process, then yes, you're probably, I mean, getting off from the couch is probably like 10 calories because you got to carry 400 pounds.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean, speed walking is at best for you a cool down.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
A cool down for your sprints, a cool down for your run, a cool down for a lift.
Well, that's what I'm using it for. Is that after I sprint, I have to speed walk because if not, when I first started doing sprinting, I was pretty much just falling over in the grass for a little bit until I could catch my breath. Now I'll use the speed walking to bring me back down, and then once my heart rate levels out, I do the sprint again and
so what I would recommend is if you're doing sprints specifically and it's hitting that hard, that you run like a light run after your sprints.
Right.
Just don't bounce too much, and the reason for that is just because our capillaries don't have an actual like pump mechanism. Right, the thing that pumps the capillaries are muscular contractions, unlike our veins and arteries that have the heart or the cardiovascular system. So something like light running is going to help you clear your capillaries, just clear a lot of your vessels, get that blood flowing, remove the waste from your body and everything. In short, studies show that if you do an active rest in between high intensity exercises, you're less likely to have onset delayed muscle soreness, less likely to have larger amounts of inflammation and so on. You just recover better in short. So yeah, I think it's just a vague statement based on a vague comment on your part. I mean, if you're using it for a warm-up, it's great, but still, I would still recommend running. Like people who say I walk, absolutely walking is better than nothing, but you who are currently doing sprints, speed walking does not count for you, man. Like
so if speed walking isn't really taxing unless you're more obese or really taxing, then why are there so many apps or things that count steps? So what is the point of counting steps?
Making money, bro. People like to see numbers, bro. You can walk. You can take 20,000 steps. I guarantee you can run for 10 minutes and you'll do more than those 20,000 steps.
Really?
So the steps are counted regardless whether you're walking or running.
Exactly.
And it's not about the number of steps or number of distance. It's the amount of stress you're putting on the body that's going to give you the desired metabolic effect. All right.
I see.
I mean, it's like counting reps. There's a big difference between working out and training. It's not the same thing.
Right.
When you train, it's a systematic approach to reach a goal with training. Working out is just working out, like CrossFit or I don't know, like Orange Theory or something. So yeah, back to you specifically. Step counting also encourages people. Yeah, I mean, I guess encouragement when needed. Step counting does help encouragement where it's needed. Just like life coaching. Do you need it? Can you do without it? Yeah, but it does give you the push to do something. Absolutely. I mean, like me sending simple text to Juan, like, don't be a pussy, go run, is the same as somebody counting your steps. It is.
You're right.
It's definitely a more vulgar approach. But
a lot of people don't have friends that care.
But you know what?
Sometimes we need to talk.
You know what helped me through all that process? I know I've told you before.
The final thoughts, Darflex, on this at all? If you wanted to give final thoughts. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. Carry on. Sorry, Macho.
Map my run actually helped, and actually getting the shoes to be able to sync map my run, to be able to understand the steps taken, meaning the way my feet gets planted on every time I run. And then while I'm not running, as I'm walking, actually helped a lot. it helped tremendously a lot with my performance wise. So I recommend you check that out if you can.
Yeah, so if you are going to use something like a step counter to motivate yourself and get you going, I highly suggest you go for quality of the application. The Map My Run gives you free, it's all free. I mean, if you buy the shoes or not, whatever, but you can do without the shoes, and it's completely free. It'll give you metrics you can use, like the length of your stride, how fast you're moving. It'll give you where your foot is striking and so on. And that's some stuff you can actually use. Again, do you need it? No, but it is free. And if you're worried that you need some kind of motivation, I highly recommend that one because it gives you much more than just counting your steps. Because, I mean, you could shake your hands really fast playing video games, and that is going to count your steps. So, yeah. So my final thoughts for this is speed walking is great. It's something that, people do, and I don't discourage you from doing it. It's just specifically for Vibe. When he asked me about it, what can you do to improve? He mentioned speed walking. I'm like, no, that doesn't count for you. You're already a step above it. Don't regress. You need to progress.
Right.
And that's how we as humans adapt to the stimulus placed on our bodies. We need to progress, not regress. Though obviously, in certain cases, regression is going to help with progression, but that's a completely different conversation.
That'll be next week's Inebriated Fitness. All right. Well, thank you, sir. If you want to, I used to know this by heart. Thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition tips, or you'd like to see some sweet UFC weight cutting, then follow him on Instagram. That's Darth_Flex, DARTH_FLEXX. Open mic before we wrap it up. John Boyega's unfiltered GQ interview about how Disney and Star Wars sidelined him. I want to throw this to Roz because Roz, didn't you bring this up?
Yeah, I said.
Because I only know about what he said about Star Wars, but you got a little deeper when it came to also what his protest in London. You said, I think, is that right?
I think that was Lewis. But look, his deal is, and let's focus on the Star Wars thing because it's really true. He was billed as being a major part of the series.
Of course he was. He was the first thing we saw in the teaser trailer.
From the second movie to the third, he was shunted to a side character at best.
Yeah.
And it is a really interesting coincidence to see
relief.
That and again, this is coming from a guy who was told when he took the job, hey, we're gonna train you to use a lightsaber. You're gonna be more than likely a Jedi. Same thing with Oscar Isaac. They told him the same thing.
Really?
I don't know if you guys knew that. Yeah, Isaac.
All I know is that Oscar Isaac was supposed to be killed off in Force Awakens.
He was supposed to be killed off, and he was also supposed to have Force powers. It's ridiculous the changes that came into this series.
I know that because his parents got a seed, and he was born near the Force tree that was supposed to impact him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You that up. I remember that.
So, John Boyega is justifiably really kind of disappointed and pissed off with the property and with Disney and with the directors and with Kathleen Kennedy and everybody because, I can't imagine what it's like to be a part of the cultural phenomenon that is Star Wars and watch it just shatter, around you. And that's after your character has been relegated to comic relief, like you said. The one black guy.
Yep.
It was a golden opportunity for them to, have some kind of inclusivity, in the series. But, who's the protagonist and who's the antagonist of the series at the end? It's still a white lady and a white guy.
Yep. It's funny because he threw a lot of shade at The Last Jedi for how the I think he used the term the priorities changed on The Last Jedi, where any nuance or any hope he had for his character was tossed aside, and they basically just gave him and of course they paired him with a lesser character, not a lesser actress, a lesser character, and basically threw out any chances of him being a suitor for Rey's character, and just in time just to make it between two white people. It's a shame, and I applaud him for speaking out the way he's speaking out, because basically it says, I'm the only cast member whose experience of Star Wars was based on their race, is what this is a quote from the article. And he goes in there, but he says that basically this wasn't a secret. It was known on set. He says Daisy knew it. He says, what's his name? What's Kylo Ren's guy's name? I forget.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver knew it. And they all knew that it shifted to be just them and all the possibilities for the other characters. Kind of just
He essentially he was just shucking and jiving at that point. That's what they used him for.
Yep.
And
absolutely,
it's shameful, I think.
Yeah.
It is.
I wonder what's going to happen. What kind of legacy, or not legacy, what will have the effect on future Star Wars movies with this and Disney and Kathleen Kennedy and all that good stuff? Like, what's going to be the effect of it?
So she's going to be done. So
yeah, future. I mean, the Star Wars brand is tainted. Is the answer to your question? That's all. So they're going to wait. I don't know, 10 years. What do you guys think?
No.
I don't know, man.
Reboot?
They're bringing it back in 3 years. They're going to move on with something else. There's no way they can wait that long.
My level of Star Wars has gone down tremendously from as soon as Force Awakens came. It slowly started going down. At this point right now,
You love The Last Jedi.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I will fight you right now.
You did love it.
Hey, Wancho, I want to hear something.
Tell me.
I didn't watch The Last Jedi till I got onto this podcast.
Oh, okay.
What?
And did you like it?
No. I've said it a million times. I hated it.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
When I joined you guys, literally that week, I was like, let me watch it.
What? You Darth Flexed us? That's crazy. Wow.
I had not seen it till I got, and then I was like, let me watch it.
So what? Okay, why didn't you watch it? What about it?
I was so disappointed with the second one.
Okay.
That I had no interest in watching the third.
Okay.
I didn't feel like there was any way it would be able to redeem itself. In my opinion, there was no way. The story had already gone so far off track.
Right.
By the time a third movie came around, I was like, I'm not really going to enjoy this, am I? And then I saw it, and I confirmed my suspicions. I really didn't enjoy it.
I watched it because out of sheer curiosity. I was curious because if they pull something out of their ass for The Rise of Skywalker, I would have been amazed. They're doing a writing miracle. So I watched it out of pure curiosity. Now, I didn't say I didn't love it, but it was way more enjoyable. I'll rewatch The Rise of Skywalker more before I watch The Last Jedi.
I agree. I'd rather watch that.
Right.
You want to know how out of sync this movie was with reality, I guess you could say? The movie really wasn't part of the cultural zeitgeist last year.
Nope.
Like,
not at all.
If you didn't see the movie, you were fine.
Yep.
If you like compared to like if you didn't watch the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't watch Avengers, you were that one guy. People would talk about it. You'd be like, "Oh, I didn't see it. I guess I can't talk about it with you." But not watching Star Wars, nobody cared.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And that's a damn shame.
The Star Wars aura has gone down or has completely dissipated.
Don't worry,
the only thing keeping it up is
Avatar.
Mandalorian.
Oh, God.
Cameron's gonna give us another trilogy soon.
There we go.
God. Does anybody care about? No, I don't want to bring that up. I don't want to bring that up. Final thoughts on what John Boyega said before we wrap it up, suckers.
One more thing before we wrap it up, but my final thought on John Bodega. I'm glad that he spoke up.
He said John Bodega. He said John
Bodega.
I'm
gonna continue saying it, bro. Bodega.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
I want a wet burrito.
It sucks.
Look at Russell's face. Did you see Ross's face? That was pure disgust. Like, what did you say?
All right, go ahead, guys. Your final thoughts.
Sorry, I was just imagining like Vibe having like a foot long burrito, just like with just drenched in mayonnaise or something, just like mayonnaise pouring all around. Like, maybe that's what he meant by wet.
Oh my God! Ross, your face. I'm gonna give you a screenshot of just that alone. That was so funny. Oh my God. Flex, did you have anything to say? Did you say anything about this? You want to say anything about this? I know you're not black, but I didn't think so. It's racist. All right.
The last thing I want to say to our peoples, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is coming to the next gen as another beautiful game that is going to be ported over, and it's going to be the complete edition.
Was that supposed to be for video game news?
No, I mean, it's the last thing they just, it is free.
It's free. It's free. It's free, everybody.
There you go.
All right, so that's it. We're wrapping it up. Juancho.
All right. I want to give a shout out to my homies, my partner Starbucks homies over there sharing the podcast out, getting new listeners as well. Shout out to my beautifully talented friend Alex Ranch. Check her out on Spotify. She has a lot of great music. If you want to see us and hear us and look at us and see what we're all about, Geek Bros with the zeros at Instagram with the zero. Twitter is the same thing. Geek Bros with the zero. Email us. Email me anything you want. Email us whatever you want. Geek Bros with the zero at yahoo.com. Facebook.com/Geek Bros with the zero. And the first place with
a new website look.
PC.com.
Check out that new look, y'all.
If you want to watch the uncut version of this audio and see our beautiful faces and see Ross's beautiful hair just slanted over to the side, youtube.com/5ref studios. Check us out. And you can find me at _Juancho with the zero. You'll see all my shenanigans, all my progress in this running thing that I'm doing. And Vibe, you can find him at Vibe.
Vibe.com.
Vibe.com. Flex. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex.
Mr. Roz.
Just find me on Twitter, Ray Raziel.
And of course, it's me, Vibe Studios, VIBEREVSTUDIOS. That is Instagram, Twitter.com, Facebook / whatever, and of course YouTube. So check it out there. There's more than just Geek Bros there. A lot of other stuff that you will probably be interested in. So thank you for tuning in. We're keeping the Geek Bros podcast, and remember, geeking out still sounds this good. Thank you.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.
We're good?
Me? What?
Yeah. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Why? What are you smiling like that for?
I don't know. You expect something?
Oh, there we go. That's why.
Okay. So, all right. 1, 2, 3.